It is Tuesday, hello, and I apologise for the slightly mucky screen. It is pouring down right now and I have no control over the actual lens of the camera. I've just had a bit of fun. I wasn't actually planning to do any vlogging today because today is the start of my week 2 of resting. I just say it was Tuesday, it's Monday. It is Monday, it's the first week of this week. And I was planning to do some resting. And unfortunately I'm not going to be doing any resting now because, well, let's just say I just had a bit of fun with one of the dogs. The dogs have this very big, thick, heavy raincoat. And they decided they wanted to go for a swim in the river and leave the raincoat behind. Oh, you stupid! No, don't lose your coat! Don't lose your coat! Don't lose your coat! Go, don't lose your coat! How the fuck am I going to get that? Ah! So I now have a very soggy wet coat that I need to carry back to the car. How very polite of you, Coco. You, Madam Coat Destroyer. Menace doggo. Yes, menace. This is now Tuesday and I am out on my first group walk with my big boys. I've got Alfie over there, I've got Desi walking around with me. And we've been walking for about an hour now. And at about the 40-minute marker, I managed to step into a hole heel first. So my ball of my foot landed, Alfie. The ball of my foot landed first and then my heel, and unfortunately my heel went into a hole without realising, and so that has pulled my Achilles a little bit, so I am in a little bit of pain right now, but it's only like a mild ache. It's not terrible, it's not like agonising pain, it's just a bit of a twinge when I'm walking, which annoys me. I spent all weekend resting and recovery, only for, after about an hour and a half worth of walking yesterday, for it to start hurting. And then today, not even 30 minutes before I've managed to step in something that's caused it to ache again. I didn't get time to do my mobility yesterday for various reasons. Good boy. How have you done that? Come here. Wrap it round your leg. Go on. There you go. Silly sausage. I was too busy to do my mobility yesterday because I had a load of Japanese homework I needed to catch up on. I had my Japanese lesson. I had a load of admin work. I had some voiceover work I needed to attend to. So it was very, very busy last night. This morning, because of the nights getting darker, it's getting even harder to wake up early to get ready for work, let alone to exercise. So I'm going to try and do what I did at the start of the year, which is do my exercises in the late evening when I used to. And I've actually got a free evening this evening. So I am hoping to do some mobility and calisthenics tonight. And I am also genuinely hoping, Alfred, please don't pull me, mate, it hurts the ankle. I also am genuinely hoping that by, come on. He's going to make me forget what I'm trying to say here. I've already partially forgot. I am genuinely hoping that my mobility and strength training is going to help my ankle and actually give it a bit more flexibility as well as a bit more strength. So hopefully that will help long run, but we will see. Strengthening the ankle can only make it better. It can't make it worse, but we will see. So it's now Wednesday, and if you haven't guessed, I didn't get to do my mobility last night. However, it was because me and Jason realised that we would only get a chance to have a gaming night together either yesterday or tonight. And so we voted on yesterday so I can get a load of video editing done tonight. And the reason I didn't do my mobility yesterday is because my Achilles tendon was very, very sore after my walks. And today is no different. My Achilles tendon is quite literally in pain right now. I've had a whole day of walks. I had over 3 hours worth of walks in total. I was out from 9:45 this morning all the way through to about 4:30, 4:45. So it's been a really long day and I've done a lot of walking and my ankles are sore. Now the problem is my ankles are sore because I'm not training them. My ankles are sore because they are struggling to work at the capacity that I need them to, even though I've been doing this job for years now, because I'm still quite early in my barefoot transition, because they say it takes like 3 years to really truly fully transition into barefoot shoes. Because of that, my legs are struggling, and because I'm not doing my strength exercises, it's making it worse, and I know that for a fact. So ideally I do actually need to do my mobility and I do need to do my strength training, but I am so exhausted and the pain in my ankle is really putting me off. On top of that, I've not had a break yet today. I've just sat and had my tea. It's currently 6:30 and that's the first break I've had all day. So I'm going to give it a couple of hours to see if the ache in my ankle starts to go away. So long as it does go away, I will do some mobility training and see how I feel, even if I only do a little bit. If it doesn't go away, then I'm going to let it have another day's rest. We will see. Anyway, that's all I wanted to jump on and say. I am meant to be restarting my running training next week and working myself back up to a 10k, but right now I'm struggling to walk more than a couple of hours. I struggled to walk upstairs today. Like, after work, getting home from work, walking upstairs was painful in my ankle, and I'm getting really worried about that now. I need to do my strength training. I need to start making my ankle better. But at the same time, I've just got so much to do. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with the details. I will hopefully see you in a couple of hours when I'm doing my mobility training. So it is now Sunday of week 40? Is it week 40? Yes, it is week 40. We're up to week 40. Wow. And it's the second week of my recovery, or the end of the second week of my recovery. This week, I haven't done any exercise again, and it's mainly because I've still been doing my dog walks, and even with my dog walks, my ankles have been in so much pain by the end of the day. I was actually doing a bit of research into what may have caused it, and I found that my barefoot shoes may have actually caused it. Not the barefoot shoes themselves, but me and how I walk in barefoot shoes. So let me put that into a bit more perspective. When you switch from cushion shoes to barefoot shoes, the way your feet land on the ground stays the same. So it's natural habit to heel strike and overstride. I actually asked Jason to look at the way I was walking the other day. Basically, my feet are still stiff like they were walking in cushion shoes. So for example, I'll try and get an example on video, but when I'm walking, instead of my feet going like this and then bending up like they should, they are actually doing this. So they're not doing what they should. Let me get an example. So as you can see, when I've been walking, my walking has actually not been right. My feet have been very flat and very heel strikey when I'm walking, and my feet aren't moving at all. And that isn't because of the barefoot shoes. That is because of me. I failed to train my ankles, I failed to train my muscles, and I failed to train my feet how to correctly walk, which is not something I ever expected to have to do. Like, I've been walking my whole life and suddenly I can't walk properly. I say suddenly. Switching to barefoot shoes has allowed me to realise that I've not been walking properly. Another factor for this could actually be my weight, because I have gained, unfortunately, more weight. I'm currently sitting around 106.5 kilograms last I checked. It could be my feet are simply struggling with the sheer weight of my body, because my body has gone up in weight so quickly. Because unfortunately, I put weight on really easily, like ridiculously easily. Losing weight has always been extremely hard for me. It's extremely hard for every female in my family, to be honest. Even my father struggles with losing weight. But yet all of us can gain it really easily, which makes me wonder if it's genetic or maybe even hormonal. But regardless of that, I do wonder whether or not the sudden increase, because I went from, I think at one point I got down to 102 kilograms and then I suddenly jumped back up to 106. I do wonder whether or not that big jump has actually caused part of the problem, or whether or not it is just because I've been lazy with my walking. And I also think this may be one of the reasons that I've actually been struggling with my running, and that my running has been causing further ankle issues, is because when I actually go to land when I run, my body lands very, very heavily. My foot simply can't support the sheer amount of weight. I'm still struggling to get up on my calves on one foot. I can't hop right now. Hopping is nearly impossible. Jumping is just as difficult. I can't physically do any skipping at the moment because we still have the stuff under the garage, which we are hoping to start getting rid of this week, or this coming week. But because of that, I've not been able to actually do any skipping practice, so I've not been able to strengthen the muscles in my feet to be able to cope with the sheer amount of weight that's on my body. And I feel bad for saying this, because I am trying to be more advocate of, it doesn't matter what weight you are, it doesn't matter what size you are, you can still be fit and healthy. And I still believe that to be true. But at the same time, I feel like, how do I explain this? I feel like gaining a large amount of weight in a short space of time has become almost the equivalent of a weightlifter trying to lift their body weight before they've actually built up to it. Do you know what I mean? So in a way, this has actually become quite fascinating for me, because it's very interesting to me how my body isn't working together. I don't know whether or not it's because I've not been able to do my mobility the last few months. I don't know whether or not it's because of the lack of strength training the last few months. I also don't know whether or not it's due to the fact that it is my weight has partially become an issue of it. But regardless of that, all I know is I need to change it. I need to get really back into my consistency. I really need to get back into doing things and doing my mobility and doing my exercises. I've allowed myself this 2 weeks rest for my ankles, because my ankles and my knee are still so much pain. I have tried to do my mobility 3 times this week, and I physically cannot put weight on my right knee still without it being in quite a lot of pain. So I don't know whether or not I have actually damaged the bone itself, whether or not the bone is bruised and it's taking a long time to heal. I have no idea. And unfortunately, the wait list at my doctor's is like 2 weeks long, and I can't be bothered with that. But regardless, I want to restart my mobility and strength training ASAP. I technically should be restarting my running plan this week, and I do want to try and start doing my running plan this week. So the plan for running is to start building back up to a 10k, work myself right back to the beginning, not even build up for a 5k, because I feel like I can do a 5k quite easily, maybe not without walking, but I can still cover a 5k distance pretty comfortably. That's probably mainly due to the fact that I do walk at least 5 to 6k a day with my dogs. But anything over a 5k I feel like I'm still struggling with, so I want to build myself back up to 10k before I start my marathon training in December. And I have come to an agreement with Jason that once we do that marathon, I'm done with long distances. Like, I will stick to my 10Ks as a maximum. I will stick to my 10K races. Not only are they more readily available and a hell of a lot cheaper, I don't feel like you need to run more than 10K. 10K is already a long distance. It is a really long distance. So if anything, I think I'm just going to build up towards getting my 10K faster or getting better at running 10K. But that will be after my marathon. In regards to my mobility and calisthenics, so far, my month of October is looking really, really empty. I'm not going to say the Q word, because the Q word is a curse. Or in every industry, any industry where you have the opportunity to be busy, the Q word is a curse. But as of yet, my October is looking empty, and I'm trying to keep it that way so that in the evenings I can have time to do my mobility and strength training. This week has also been quite hectic. I had 2 BSL choir sessions this week. I had one on Thursday, and I was at a performance for BSL on Friday night. And it really annoys me, because every time I go BSL choir, it re-sparks that desire to be a BSL interpreter and to get better. But I have so much going on right now, and I just cannot afford the course to learn, which is really infuriating. But anyway, that's a completely different topic. My Japanese is also coming on really, really well. I am hoping to do my N4 next year, which is the next level up. It's like equivalent to level 2, basically, which would make me quite conversationally fluent. Not perfectly fluent, but more conversationally fluent. My Parrots channel is doing really well. It is now monetized, or it has now been monetized for like 5 months, and we just received our first paycheck. I say just. Last week, we received our first paycheck from the Parrots YouTube channel, which was very exciting. It took 4 months to get over the £60 threshold, but we finally made it. So that's definitely not going to be a big money earner, but it's at least going to cover some of their expenses, which is all we could ask for. In regards to the house, things have actually finally progressed. I say progressed. We have an update. All the stuff that we've done has been completed, as I'm sure I've already told you. The checks have been done, the inspections have been done, we've got the electrician ready to go, we've got a plasterer ready to go, we've got all sorts ready to go. All we need to do is sign the contract. But on the seller's side, the house is still going through probate, which is a big legal thing when a family member passes away. They got quoted 16 to 20 weeks. It has now been about 32 to 34 weeks since they applied for that probate. So it's already way over the time limit, or way over the quoted time that they got given. On top of that, they actually paid extra to get it done faster. So the fact that it's gone over the quoted time limit after they've paid to have it done faster is a bit ridiculous. I don't know what the heck the lawyers are doing, but whatever. But we have been in complete darkness as to when this probate will take place or when this probate will complete. We have no idea. It's been an unknown waiting game. There's been no goalpost, no finish line, know anything to look forward to. We've been in complete darkness, and finally we've been given a light at the end of the tunnel. They have finally been told by their lawyer that the probate is hopefully going to complete by end of November, early December, which we are so freaking excited for. We love this house and we are desperate to have it. It's perfect for everything we need. But hopefully that means by end of November, early December, we will actually have a house and we can start remodeling it and getting it updated and modernized so that we can actually move in. Given the current time frame, we're hoping to move in January 2025, which is extremely exciting for us. So I may have a mini series alongside my fitness series at that point of us doing the house up and us renovating the house, which I'm very excited for. I really want to do that series. I've been desperate to do that series for ages of here's the before, here's the after of our house redecoration. So excited for this house. So excited. But anyway, that's the general update of what's been going on this last week. It's just nice to finally hear other things progressing because that takes a lot of stress off my shoulders. And because that takes a lot of stress off my shoulders, it's got rid of my burnout completely. I'm back to being happy. I'm back to being cheerful. I'm back to being silly with my partner and being able to be my whole genuine self where I can just be daft and be funny. And it's so nice. I can't really explain more than that about how it makes me feel or about how I am silly and how I do act, because I have to be very comfortable with a person or with anyone before I really truly show my character. But it's so nice to be able to feel good again. It's so nice to not feel pressure. It's so nice to not feel stress. It's so nice to not feel like the weight of the world is forcing me down. It's nice to be able to listen to a song and just start dancing and being able to sing along to the song. Because before the last few months, especially when I have been really burning out constantly, if I put music on, I couldn't enjoy the song. It was just noise in the background. I couldn't get into the music. And now I put a song on and I'm dancing and I'm singing and it's just, it's so nice to be happy again. It's so nice to have that weight lifted. It really is. I know I'm not burnt out now. And for whatever reason, I don't know whether or not it was the pressure of the race and the fact that I wasn't ready, or whether or not the fact that I just needed to stop everything for like 2 weeks. I've not been posting to social media. I've not been even on social media that much. I've been spending more time with my partner. I've been spending more time with my family members. I've been spending more time chatting to friends. And you know what? I needed it. I really did need it. And now that I'm feeling better, I'm finally feeling motivated enough to really kick it up a gear and get back into mobility and calisthenics. The only thing I'm worried about is that I'm going to end up burning out again. And the burnout isn't because of the exercise, it's because of the lack of time I'm giving myself to relax and de-stress and decompress. So that's something I need to make sure is, or something I'm trying to make sure is, that I have at least one day a week where I can just decompress, or even 1 or 2 evenings a week where I can just decompress, or I can have a gaming day with Jason, or I can have a movie night with Jason, or I can go spend some quality time with family, or I can just have time at home video editing in general. Video editing these videos and the videos from my Parrots channel is so decompressing for me. It brings me so much relaxation. I just realised the time. I need to get food and I need to go because I'm getting a roof rack installed on my car in half an hour. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And it's good to be back. I am looking forward to getting back on track. I am looking forward to getting back into mobility and strength training. I am not looking forward to how much strength I've lost, because we're going to have to test that again. But I am very much looking forward to getting back into my fitness and health. I hope that was an okay update for you. The fitness vlogs will return as normal next week, and I look forward to seeing you in them. Take care, have a great week, and I hope you find something that makes you dance today. Bye-bye.